Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Iowa Pagan News on the Prairie Land Radio Network. And
Hey,
this evening, I am joined with Sue Balaschak from
yeah,
the group Primal Rhythm.
right?
You would also remember her from her previous group that she had, which I rather enjoyed that music with you and the ladies. But I'm also enjoying what you're doing with Primal Rhythm as
Cool.
well.
Yeah. Thanks, Earl. Thanks for having me. It's been a while. It's been about a year or so, year and a half.
Yep, just about a year because I had to take a year hiatus with having GBS and just now getting back in the swing of things. And so
Yeah,
I am inviting everybody to come on in.
I saw that you have a really nice lineup coming up. So good for you. Yeah, and I'm glad you're feeling better. And we're working through it. We're working through the COVID.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That is very true. And I know that this has affected a lot of artists.
Oh yeah, for sure. That is for sure. Oh yeah. And everyone that is working through it has found a way. But yes, it did make a huge impact in our income, of course, and the gigs. And but we managed to do a lot more live and internet. And with that, we had to, you know, buy a little bit more gear, a little bit different gear.
Hmm.
Myself, all of a sudden, oh my gosh, we're going to do internet concerts. And well, we need to upgrade our lights a little bit. And buy different, some people went out and bought different cameras. And I happen to use my phone, but I have a really good phone that has like five cameras on it in the back. You know, it's a 5G, and so my phone
Ah.
worked good. Um, some people went out and got like a dual system so they could, you know, really step their home video system up a little bit. Um, but yeah, I mean, we've learned to adapt. I did last year, was very lucky to have a few gigs. Um, 2020, I had one gig, 2020, which was such a blessing. It was at a local bar, and I hadn't done bars in a very long time. But it was a local bar down the street, and it was when there was kind of a lull, if we want to call it a lull, if there was a time where the curfews lifted. And so some of the local clubs were having bands play, and we had to be out there by 10 o'clock. So it was early concert.
Hmm.
And so I took the opportunity to do that just to get out of the house and to play live, and to play to our local fan base. And I have to tell you that I have told this story a number of times. When I stepped across that threshold to that local club, it was such a blessing to me. And I was like, oh my gosh, I am so grateful for this local club gig. And it felt so good. And it was capped at 50 people.
Hmm.
That's all they'd let in there. And the
Yep.
tables were spread wide apart and everything. So it was capped at 50 people. It was probably one of the best gigs ever because I was so grateful for it. And seeing all my local friends out to support the music, and it was really a great time. So yeah, things are different.
Yeah, things are definitely different, and I have a feeling this is going to be our new normal for quite a while yet.
Yeah, I
Um,
believe so. I believe so. When the first COVID came out, um, I just had this feeling that this is our life from now on. We're going to mask on the rest, or mask on, mask off the rest of our life.
yeah,
It's not going to change. It's just it'll pass for a little while, and something else will come along, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah,
So it's just, yeah, it's just the way it is. So we have to adapt.
that's true. And I know that there are a lot of musicians in our community who are having to do the online concert thing
Yeah,
because I see the announcements going out a lot. Um, and really, there's nothing wrong with that because they can still make a profit off of it with ticket sales,
right.
and they can basically everybody can promote their CDs, their merchandise that they have, so they can still make a living, which is good. Um,
Yes.
I'm happy that our everybody is still able to continue playing their music and making a living from it. It may not be as much as what they've been used to, but until things can get cleared up, that's going to have to be the way things are.
Yeah, and well, sometimes I found with the online shows that I've done, I have found um, it's a give and take, but there's no travel expenses.
Right.
So and for it's always been for Sage and Primal Rhythm. Um, we have the truck and we pull a trailer, and the trailer is a double axle, and so gas is expensive. And when we are on a toll road, forget about it. Tolls are crazy, and I have to pay for the truck and a double axle trailer.
Oh, shoot.
Oh yeah, so and I purchased a double axle trailer um, for not specifically for weight, but it's a
Hmm.
much safer. It's a much safer trailer. I have had blowouts before, and when you have a if you have a tandem axle, you can still roll. If you get a flat tire or a blowout, you can keep rolling. You're not going to lose your trailer. Um, Also, it's a bigger trailer where we could walk in it, and I have a tailgate, a drop tailgate, and I can walk up the tailgate and not have to bend down to get in the trailer. I can walk. So there was thought behind getting that trailer, and I knew when I purchased the trailer that, well, the downside is going to be the higher toll.
Right.
Um, but it is worth it. It's worth the convenience and the safety and the size, of course. So
That's true.
yeah,
That is very true.
yeah, yeah. So yeah. So what else?
Well, now I know I'm very familiar with those days because being a DJ, I mean, there was a time where I had to wind up renting a enclosed trailer
Yeah,
because mine had broke down at one point. So I had to do the same thing.
yeah,
Although I can make do with a single axle,
yeah.
but uh,
You pay those
back
tolls.
in yeah, but back in those days, I actually pulled up to an event once where somebody came up and asked me, "Are you a DJ or are you a band?" Because I was carrying enough equipment that I could run a small band with,
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
and I
Well,
had
yeah. I like the trailer because we can, if in a pinch, we can use it for a green room. We have plenty of room. However, when I carry sound gear and the band gear, we're tight. We're
mhm.
tight. Now there's a difference. If we're doing a gig that we're taking our own sound gear, we're packed pretty tight. Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah,
believe it.
yeah. Because the drums take. I mean, we have three sets of dunes. You know, djembes. On stage we have three sets of dunes, three djembes, and all the cymbals and the gong
Mhm.
and everything else. So we have a lot. That's a lot of drums. Plus, I
Yeah,
sell
it
drums,
is.
so I'm taking drums to sell. So I have 5, 6 djembes to sell at any given time and cases, and and you have your cooler full of goodies, and you're
Hmm.
packed. You're packed it by the end of it. You know.
Oh yeah, I I'm right there with you there, dear.
Yeah.
I know what you go through.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Right. But
So,
we love every minute of it.
oh yeah. Well, and I did too. I loved what I was doing when
Oh
I
yeah.
was out doing shows, but eh, yeah, back about 4 or 5 years ago, I decided to retire from it because it was taking a toll on me. But
Yeah.
I love what I'm doing now uh, and getting to talk with a lot of people this way
Right.
and helping people to promote their music and their books and
Yeah.
whatever they have.
Yeah. Well, we
So
really appreciate it. That's for sure. Yeah, we really appreciate it. Yeah.
so
And
now
yes.
I know that let's see. So last time we talked,
Hmm.
I know that you did release one single,
Yes.
um, and that's been playing on IPR, and we'll be playing it for everybody here shortly as well. Um, Tell us about that song.
Oh, okay. This song it's Crossroads. Um, and I know there's a lot of crossroads out there, but I thought it was really appropriate for the time that I created it. It was the trans. Yeah, I created it within the transition between doing Sage and going back into Primal Rhythm,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a rhythm that I had in my head, and I wanted to do something 5/4 for a really long time, like forever. I've always wanted to do something in 5/4, and I had that rhythm in the back of my head for years and years and years. And so that between that transition, I decided, well, I'm going to finally put it down, and I did. And so the intro is in 5/4, and then
Mhm.
it goes into a really nice beat, a really nice groove. I wanted it to be definitely something danceable, something that drummers would want to play to, practice to during this COVID time. Not a lot of drum circles going on. They're starting to happen now because people are just getting tired of not doing them and not
Right,
getting out. That's the truth of it. People are in Cleveland. We have a drum circle on Sundays, and they didn't have it in the initial 2020, and
They
really
are today
heated,
honoring Papa
heated,
Day.
yeah, heated, doing distance and everything. But on Sundays they're just getting together and jamming and wearing masks, and they're doing it. But back again to my single, I wanted it to be the whole of it. I wanted it to be danceable. I wanted it to be interesting. I wanted it to be intelligent writing, something that I would be proud of as a musician to put out there. Uh,
mhm,
and so it's what I came up with. And there's a little bit of soloing on it. I wanted to do a little bit where people could um, uh, hear my chops, because a lot of the stuff on my albums for workshops, I really don't play. I really don't riff or solo or anything because it's more of a workshop. That's not what I created those records for,
right.
um, to show off talent. They're more for workshop purposes. So this record, I wanted to be able to show off a little bit of what I could do as a musician. Um, and so yeah, that's what it is. So
Excellent.
It's called Crossroads.
Okay, well, like I said, we're gonna try to get that, put out here shortly. Um, think what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna post it up on the, Facebook page
Sure.
and also the group, also on YouTube. I'll go ahead and, post it up on our YouTube channel so that people can take a listen to it. Um, and I think everybody is going to enjoy what they're going to be listening to. if you really enjoyed what Burning Sage brought to the table for everybody, I'm pretty sure that you're also going to like what Primal Rhythm has got in store for everybody as well. Um, Now, are you going to be working on anything new for this year?
Yeah, yes. Thanks for asking. I am currently, right now, I'm working on a um, 30-minute, a continuous 30-minute epic drum circle scenario record. So it's going to be very similar to my radio show that I do. So people that tune into my radio show, they tune in, and I usually have like a 30-minute uh, drum circle. So people can drum at home for 30 minutes.
Hmm.
You could do your ritual work. You can dance. You can wash your dishes. You can do whatever you want to do. You do yoga. People do yoga to a lot of drumming. And
Yeah.
so I am making a 30-minute nonstop song or record. It's a record. So it'll be 30 minutes nonstop. And I'm almost done with it. I'm about two-thirds of the way done with it. And I am hoping, what is it, January? I'm hoping to have it released by March. I would love to have it done by the end of the month, but I don't want to say that. I'm going to say by March. Yeah. So I don't have
Okay.
a name for it yet. That hasn't come to me. I've just been really working at it. And it's going to be great. It's going to segue into different rhythms. So it's going to be just as if you're at festival for 30 minutes dancing around the fire. And
Well,
yeah,
uh,
I'm sorry.
hmm. I would probably come up with like, um, either primal drums or um, fireside drums.
Fireside, yeah, we could steal that. Fireside, yeah, yep. Yeah, we'll think about it, but that's what it's exactly going to be. It's going to be as if you're at festival and a 30-minute long drum drum circle, and the rhythms are really cool. The rhythms are great for dancing, good for firework. Um, Drummers can drum along. There's some empty spots where you can solo in on it. I took the liberty to do a little hot dog in myself. So same with Crossroads. I wanted to play a little bit to where people can hear my talent. Because again, most of the time on the other records, I kept it pretty low key so people could play on top of it. People could use their voice as a workshop. So yeah, it's a cool record out so far. I'm pretty happy with it.
Very cool. Let's see. Now, Grant, I know you're going to have that going. Are you going to wait and see if things let up any to be able to at least go out and perform locally?
I do have a couple of really cool festivals booked for this year. Hopefully, they won't get canceled. Um, so far, so good. Haven't heard anything like they're going to get canceled, so we're hoping not. We're going to be doing Chrysalis Moon in June, and so far we're going to be doing Earth Warriors, which is in September. I love Earth Warriors. I love both Chrysalis Moon and Earth Warriors. Heather with Earth Warriors is just great, and she has let me bring all of my um, creations to her festival. Um, Unheard sometimes it's like, hey, I got this going, can I play? And sure, come play. So I love Heather, and I love what she does for community, and I love the community of Earth Warriors. They're great people, and same with Chrysalis Moon. Don't want to discount Chrysalis Moon. Joe is a great guy.
Mm-hmm.
he really supports. He always supported Sage and Primal Rhythm, and same deal. I said, hey Joe, I got this drum thing going on. Lynn took a break, and we're not going to do Sage this year. Can I bring my drum band out? And he's like, sure. So very supportive, and a few other irons in the fire going. I haven't got confirmation specific yet, so I don't want to mention and
Gotcha.
have that not happen. But yes, we have some good stuff going on.
Okay. Now, do you think that there will be any chance of um, Burning Sage getting back together again?
Surfacing again, that I would love. First of all, I would love that. That is pretty much up to Lynn. She's taking the break. Um, when it was a good time, actually. If we want to say anything positive out of COVID, it was a good time because she was tired.
Hmm.
She had thought about taking a break, and when COVID surfaced, it was like, okay, this is my time to take a break. Um, she worked through. We did one whole year, one season, a tour where she played. Truthfully, she played with her hand broken, and she had a fracture. And we
Oh
did not
dear.
we didn't cancel a gig, and not too many people would do that. And we did not cancel one gig, and she played with a fractured hand.
Wow.
And yeah, and she would pop Advil before the show, and like do be professional and not show that she was in severe pain, and get through the show. And at the end of the show, she would go backstage and vomit.
Oh dear.
We did that an entire season, um, because we could. She didn't want to do surgery on her hand, otherwise we wouldn't play. Um,
Right.
so um, that was really hard, and we had a great year. We had a great season. We had great shows booked that year, and then COVID came, and she said, I'm done for a while. I'm done. I sucked it up, and I need a break. So that's where we're at. And I
Yeah.
can't say anything else because it's when Lynn's ready to come back, we'll come back. So she knows that we will when she's ready, and if she's ready, she's really happy being a grandma. Uh, and when you're in a band, you lose time with your family, and so she's really enjoying being with her grandson. And she just went to one of his. He's in theater, and so she was able to go to his theater show and support him and pick him up after school and spend time with him. So she's really enjoying that. So good for her. Everybody's in their right space right now.
Oh yeah, I completely understand that,
Yeah,
and I've known musicians to really kind of endure the pain and to get through a show,
yeah,
but I mean, there's only so much that you can do.
yeah,
So I
yeah.
mean, I'm
I have
proud
to
of her
tell you,
for what she was doing,
yeah,
but I do respect her for wanting to take a break.
I do too. I do too. And I wasn't surprised. I really wasn't surprised, and it's all good, and there's absolutely no hard feelings, and um, yeah, yeah, she was amazing that year. I have to tell you though, this one time comes to mind that we were doing Brushwood, we were doing Serious Rising, and I don't know if it was something that I ate or I had a little bug or something, because I really don't get sick too often. But I think it was something that I ate. And the whole show, my stomach's really is just rumbling, rumbling and not feeling good. And And when you're performing, you are giving 150% of your entire being, and you're just throwing it all. You are just, it's coming through, and you're just giving every ounce of your inner soul. And I'm exhausted, and most musicians are exhausted at the end of the show. Playing the drums, I was extremely exhausted at the end of the show. And at the end of the show, and some people came up to me and they were talking, and I'm standing at the edge of the stage, and they're looking up at the stage, and we're talking, and they were so nice, and saying how they love the show, and asking about buying CDs and stuff like that, and I could feel it coming.
I'd be like, excuse me a minute.
Yeah, I could feel it coming, and I wanted to talk to them, longer, because I want to be personable, and I want to be approachable, and if you don't have any fans, then you have no gigs, and
Right.
you love your fans, and that's what it's for, is sharing what you do with people, and touching people's souls, and so they were being so nice, and I wanted to return, how grateful I was for them to enjoy our music. And I had to cut them short, because I'm thinking to myself, I'm gonna hurl right on these. And so I excused myself. I said, can you give me a minute? And I went backstage, and I just hurled, and
Oh
I was
man.
kind of like, oh, give me a sip of water, gurgle, 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 spit it back out, and then you come back out, and you're like, oh, okay. So where were we? What were we talking about? What you do?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I've been there, done that too. Like,
Oh yeah,
it's not fun, but it's like, hey, do what you got to do.
yeah.
And I want to take this time to let everyone over on Facebook know that if you want to come over and join us in on chat, or even participate in the video with us, just click on the live video over in Facebook, and that way you can come and join us. And I believe, yeah, we do have one comment. Okay, now the one comment that I've got here: hardest working band around. Um, I'm not sure who you are, but click on the live video there on Facebook. That way I'll know who you are, and that way you can join us over here on StreamYard. So basically, but somebody has, there's a lot of people who have taken notice of what you're doing for Primal Rhythm,
Oh,
and
great.
what you were doing for, also for Burning Sage as well. Just, I know the last time I talked with you and the ladies, uh, the girls were nuts.
Oh yeah. I will say that, I working with Lynn. We worked together for 20 years, and she we rehearsed here. The House of Sage is my house, so now the Primal Rhythm, and the round table and everything, and I'm sitting at the round table. Um, I Lynn and I would laugh, and I do miss that. I mean, we chat on occasion, but I miss, and you could tell it in my. I know that I'm showing it on my face, that I miss our laughter.
Hmm.
We really connected musically, and our inner beings. But I miss our laughter. Our humor was a connection that I don't have with anybody else, and that I miss.
Oh yeah, I can definitely tell that for sure.
Yeah,
And I have a feeling that she probably feels the same way.
yeah. We do talk about it. Yeah, she'll say, I'm not missing. she's certainly not missing driving up here for rehearsal and stuff like that. She like I said, she's enjoying being a grandma. But we had some good laughs. We got along really
Hmm.
good. Yeah.
Okay, now somebody else also chimed in, said awesomely talented and one of the hardest bands around.
Well, thanks.
And now, like you said, I'm not sure who made the comment. What you need to do is click on the live video over on Facebook, and that way I'll see who you are over here on StreamYard. That way we can tell who's who. And like I said, if you would like to come join us in on video, you're more welcome to do that. Um, and we definitely welcome you to come join us in on chat.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
definitely for sure. I know that there are a lot of people who really love what you're doing.
Thanks. Thanks.
So now,
Okay.
with okay, with what you're working on now and doing the online concert thing, um, I don't know. What would be your mm, what would be like your 3 to 4 year outlook?
Well, I still love performing. I love performing. I love performing live. Doing the internet is okay. Um, it's fun. It's different, but it's not live. And I think that any musician, most musicians that I talk to, they say the same thing. They love the opportunity to do internet. They understand the need, and they understand that people enjoy the internet um, availability. But we do like that interaction and that the vibe, the energy of an audience.
Hmm.
So, 3, 4, 5 year goal. I continue to play until people don't want me to play anymore. So I will continue to play concerts until I don't get booked anymore, and hopefully that's until forever, until I can't play anymore. I'm doing pretty good and keeping up my chops, and I work hard at that. Um, so in 5 years, I'm going to say that I'm still doing Primal Rhythm or Sage,
Hmm.
or both, and still playing, still booking shows, and I'm doing a lot of workshops. So I'm getting back
Cool.
into workshops now. That it was really difficult for me to do drum workshops when I was doing Sage, because Sage, with the drum kit and all the band gear, it was a different, if totally different work. It was
Right.
different work, and playing the kit was different work. I love it. I do miss playing my kit,
Hmm.
um, but it different. Um, Now with Primal Rhythm, it's just easier to do drum workshops because it's a hand drum thing. My mind is into the hand drumming thing. Um, I have more freedom to do hand drumming. So I am doing drum workshops. I have one next Saturday here locally, next Saturday locally. So I'm offering drum workshops and going back into that at festival, um, where I kind of backed off. Like I said, when I was doing Sage, I
Right.
backed off. So now, as I book Primal Rhythm, I'm saying, hey, if you want me to do a drum workshop, I'm available to do drum workshop as well. So I'm doing that. I'm doing the radio show on IPR on Sundays. I continue to do that. I really enjoy doing that. It's a lot of work.
Hmm.
It's an hour radio show. Getting that radio show together to air usually takes up an entire weekend, for me to prepare it. So it's a matter of recording it. The recording the banter
Hmm.
Doesn't take that long, and editing that doesn't take that long. But doing the drum portion of the show takes a long time, especially if I'm doing something new. Because lately, I've been doing the show now for a year. So if I'm in a pinch for time, I'll snag a drum circle that I did 8 months ago, and I'll plop it in the show
Hmm.
because I have them saved. But if I do a new one, if I do a new creation, a new drum circle like this one that's airing now is a brand new one. Well, if it's 30 minutes and I have 6 or 8 tracks, every track that I do takes 30 minutes to do, and then I have to edit it. And so to do a 30-minute drum circle for the show will take me an entire day. And then I have to mix it and master it. And I let a lot of things slide that I wouldn't let slide if it was a record, because
Right.
it's a 30-minute, it's, it's a live, it's supposed to be a live radio show.
Right.
So I mean, if I make mistakes and there's a stumble and there's a oopsie and stuff, I just let it go. Um,
Gotcha.
yeah, because it's not a record. Um, but it takes me a good weekend, if not longer,
Oh
to do
yeah.
the show. But so my to answer your question, I'm really going off the rails here, but to answer your question, I intend on continuing to do that radio show because I enjoy it. I like the work, and I like that people are using it, especially during these times, these new times of COVID. People are staying home longer, so I really feel that people are enjoying the show, and I don't want to take that away. It's,
Right.
it's my offering to community, my community service. So
Very cool.
yeah, yeah.
Well, I went back on Facebook and I took a look, and Melissa Anderson is actually the one who is
Oh, hey,
chiming in with us tonight. And I definitely want to say good evening, Melissa. Thank you for tuning in.
hey,
Uh,
Melissa. Thanks a lot. Melissa
and
has the Cauldron Radio Show, so check it
mhm.
out. Excellent radio show. Um, yes, so check that out.
Yeah, Melissa and I are really good friends. She and I have had many conversations, and uh, I've come to know her quite well. So Melissa. I'm definitely happy to have you tuning in with us tonight. All right. So now, where can people go to find you online for
Yeah,
Primal Rhythm? And I know that uh, people still probably do still have the information for Burning Sage, but where can people go to find the music that you've created with Primal Rhythm?
yeah. Primalrhythm.net. I have on primalrhythm.net. There are descriptions of the workshops that I do.
Hmm.
There are links to CD Baby, which is the platform that I have my records out of, and Sage is out of CD Baby as well. Um, so if you Google CD Baby and put in Primal Rhythm, you'll find it, or get on primalrhythm.net. Also on primalrhythm.net, I off and on have dabbled in selling drums, djembes. And again, since I'm doing Primal Rhythm, I got back into selling the djembes again. So on the website, you can see pictures of the style of drums that I have. Usually, I have Ghana, Senegal, and Ivory Coast djembes, and samples of pictures of what I have. So hit me up if you're interested in drums. I sell cases, I sell
Hmm.
drum straps. I have really cool drum straps, really nice cases, shea butter, djembe necklaces, some swag stuff here and there. So check that merch page out and hit me up if you want anything. I can ship it. So yeah,
Very
yeah,
cool. I'm hoping that the day will come where I can get full mobility back in my arms and hands so that I too can get back to drumming because that's
yeah.
something that I also enjoy doing.
Oh yeah. And the great thing about the djembe is, um, anybody can drum. Anybody can drum, and that's the great thing about a drum circle is, you don't have to be technical, um, proficient drummer. Just getting into that rhythm and that heartbeat and
Mhm.
adding a voice to that vibe at the drum circle, and that's what I talk about a lot with my drum workshops is, finding that groove and opening your heart and your vibe into the energy that we're creating around a drum circle and the drums speaking to each other, and it's such a healing experience. And uh, you don't have to be a hot dog drummer to enjoy it. And
No, you do not.
yeah, and um, anybody can join in on a drum circle, and nobody should really be shy about it. Um, so
I
we talk a
agree.
lot about that on drum workshops.
Yep, I know the very first night that I participated in a drum circle, I got to the point where I was off in my own little world.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, the hertz frequency of the drum, um, it locks into the same frequency, the same biorhythms of our heartbeat. It's in that same hertz, and
Hmm.
that is why it's so soothing, and why people love it so much, and why it's such an attraction, and also why it's such a healing tool. It can be a healing tool.
Oh yes, most
You know.
definitely.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Well, I am going to let you go for tonight, and
All right.
I want to say thank you very much for coming back and being with me again. I'm just happy to be getting back in the swing of things and inviting people to come back and join me again. And so I
Yeah,
definitely
it's
want to
good to
say
see you.
thank you for
It's good
taking
to
time
see you.
out
Yeah,
to
'cause-
spend some time with me.
yep, you kind of faded out of there for a minute. We were like, where did Earl go? So it's really nice to see you again, and I'm glad that you're feeling better.
Yep. And I'm definitely getting back into the swing of things and able to enjoy what I love doing. So,
Great. That's good. All
and
right.
to the person who just made, I think that's probably going to wind up being Melissa again. Um, you're very welcome there, Melissa, and thank you again for tuning in with us.
Yes, thanks.
I've got a lot more good stuff coming up this week.
I'm
So
Melissa.
so be sure to tune in the rest of this week. I've got let's see. Well, let's see. Harold had to reschedule for tomorrow. So that we're going to reschedule that one. And then let's see. I've got oh shoot, I've got some other special guests lined up for the rest of the week. So again, check out the all the announcements that I've got. Yep, I've got Serona Rose coming up. Let's see. I also got, oh, yeah, Tamara von Porcelain. That's going to be coming up this weekend. And now that's going to be at a special time because it's going to be 5 o'clock my time and it's going to be 9 a.m. in the future for Australia. So it's going to be
Cool.
9 a.m. Sunday morning for her. So we're going to be broadcasting on way two different time zones. So be sure to catch that interview. That's going to be a good one.
Yeah, yeah. Sounds great.
All right. Thank you for tuning in to another edition of Iowa Pagan News and Pagan Artist Spotlight on the Prairie Land Radio Network.
Thanks.
And again, if you have something that you would like us to cover, or if you have comments, um whatever you got for us, email me directly at earl@iapnradio.net. And you can also find me on Iowa Pagan News at Gmail. Be sure to join up our group for Iowa Pagan News and Prairie Land Radio Network Green Group. That's on Facebook. If you haven't done so already, be sure to do that. And then this will be rebroadcasted on YouTube.
Okay.
So check out the videos on YouTube.
Cool. Thank
Have
you.
have a great night, folks,
Peace
and
out,
I'll
everyone.
be peace out, and we
Yeah.
will be talking with you again on Wednesday. Wait a minute, this is what, Tuesday?
It's
Excuse
Tuesday.
me. Yeah, I'll be talking with you again on Thursday. So have a good night, folks. We are done for the night, and we are out of here.
All right. Bye.
Have a good night, everyone.